Hello and welcome to VALHEIM. Now this is a complete departure from my normal. Mind you, it is a survival game, so it kind of, it kind of matches my content normal. So anyway, welcome to VALHEIM. VALHEIM is published by Coffee Stain Studios, who I'm a big fan of because those are the guys that made Santa's Factory, which is a fantastic game. And they also published Ghost Ship Games, Deep Rock Galactic, which I'm also a big fan of. So I just get the impression that Coffee Stain Studios just publish good stuff. So here we are. VALHEIM is the latest thing that they put out, and it's a bit different, guys. It's a bit different. It's all about Vikings. It's a survival game. There's building in it. There's combat, obviously. There's skills trees, and actually, I think it goes into quite a lot of depth. Now, I will warn you straight away, from a graphics point of view, this game will put some of you off straight away, just because of the art style and graphics of it. It doesn't bother me, but it will probably bother some of you out there. Anyway, these are the graphic settings I've got going on. I might need to adjust this actually down to 1080p, depends. Let's see how OBS deals with the downsampling. Let's start a game. Not quite sure what the premise of the game is. I think obviously it's Nord mythology, but here you can get a sort of a taste of what I'm talking about when it comes to the graphics and stuff. They're very simple. It's almost like World of Warcraft version 1.0, do you know what I mean? The pixelating, art style, everything like that. I'm not quite sure whether it's art style by choice or whether they downgrade the graphics in order to preserve performance or something. I don't know at this stage. We're going in kind of blind. This is a first impressions sort of video after all. So you get a little bit of sort of character creation here. I'll just stick with my name, and that's about it. Let's go. Start. Yeah, so it's co-op and multiplayer as well, and so you can actually there are servers out there, and you can start little servers with your friends, put passwords on them and stuff. I'm going to stick with just a single player for now. So yeah, we're just going to remove that one and go over New World, Spanj, Seed, sure, that'll do, done, go. Long ago, the All-Father Odin united the worlds. He threw down his foes and cast them into the 10th world, then split the boughs that held their prison to the world tree, left it to drift unanchored, a place of exile. For centuries this world slumbered uneasy, but it did not die. As glacial ages passed, kingdoms rose and fell out of sight of the gods. When Odin heard his enemies were growing once again in strength, he looked to Midgard, sent his Valkyrs to scour the battlefield for the greatest of their warriors. Dead to the world, they will be born again in VALHEIM. Oh, here we go. We are here. And so straight away, I think you can probably see what I mean. Oh, hello. I did not expect to get attacked by a grayling straight away, but here we are. A bit of combat immediately. Brilliant. So yeah, like I said before, the art style, the graphics, everything about this game is like it's from 2003. It really is. It's very strange. It's an odd concoction of pixelated kind of art styles, and I don't really know what to make of it, if I'm honest. It's a bit odd nowadays to be sort of thrust in a game that looks like this. This has just come out. It's just come out. Is this art style to stay? I don't know. Look at the controls. They're almost like Minecraft level of kind of simplicity and basic levels and stuff, and I wonder how much of an influence games like Minecraft actually is, graphic wise and interface wise. It's so basic and simple, but here we go. Anyway, I am Hugin, sent here to guide you in your travels. The megaliths surrounding you are the sacrificial stones. They represent the Forsaken, which you must slay in order to ascend to Valhalla. Okay, alright. So we're in VALHEIM now, and we're trying to get to Valhalla? Alright, cool. Oh, he's over here now, right, okay. Hi. These magical stones were scattered throughout the lands by Odin as signposts pointing towards the ritual grounds of the Forsaken. If inspected closer, this one will reveal the summoning place of Ikithir, your first prey. He is a mighty beast, so you need to properly arm yourself before even attempting to defeat him. Okay, fair enough. And these ones have writing on them. His antlers are branches of iron. They crack the rocks, bring down mountains. His hooves are sound of thunder, his voice a howling gale. Right, so he's like a stag or something that we got to defeat. What we got to say now? Most items must be crafted. However, due to your recent departure from Midgard, you will have to recall the true shape of objects. Just pick things up and it will all come back to you, I'm sure. My lesser brother, Munin, tells me one can fashion a stone axe out of wood and stone. Okay. So, you know, similar to a lot of other sort of survivally crafty kind of games, yeah, you combine wood and stone, you get yourself a stone axe. Probably stone spear or something like that. That's some wood. Oh, hey, there we go. We got some crafty stuff come up. Club, torch club. 6 wood to make a club. Hello. Yeah, I'm really like on edge now. We got attacked straight away by that grayling right off the bat. I'm like, oh god, where the hell are we? So yeah, we're just gonna run around a bit and find some stones. There's one. Picky up. Nice. Very nice. And the survival mechanics in the game are quite sort of in-depth as well from what I hear. There's some flint. Love that. And you can get cold. If you get wet, that obviously increases how cold you get. That sort of thing. You know, if you buy a fire, then you get warm. It should be all stuff that we're used to from these sort of survival games. But what will be interesting, I think, as we go into this game is like how in depth it can get, maybe. What depth it goes from. I know from looking at trailers and things like that we can get boats later and big castles made of stone and whatnot. So we found some mushrooms. Lovely. Oh, he's back. Hello. Hail, warrior. Hail, Hugin. You found a snack. Consume it to improve your health and stamina. Be aware that before long you will grow hungry again. So try to always have at least a couple of different meals ready. Oh, okay. So there we go. Different meals. Right. Does that mean we can't just constantly eat the same thing? Let's have a mushroom. You're right. Just right-click on stuff and he consumes it. The interface and stuff is so simple. It's really intuitive as well. So I think we've got enough stones and wood now that we can craft a stone axe. There we go. But we do need to go back and collect more wood for the club, the hammer, etc. But now that we've got an axe, getting wood is a bit easier. Now we can chop down these like branches, these little trees, turn into wood straight away. So really, I think... Oh, hello, there's another one of these grayling things. Now, I'm not sure yet, I haven't experimented enough with this, but I think if you aim your strikes at like weak points, like the head and stuff like that, you end up doing more damage. But that may be just a coincidence. And every time I get one of these little glowy balls and that sound effect, bling, I don't know, it's great. We're getting more skill with axe and stuff. So yeah, we got 2 axes. We can jump, run. Oh, there's another one of these. Man, they're everywhere. Go away. Oh, look how much damage we did to that guy then. So the little numbers that come up, they represent different amounts of different types of damage. I think like yellow damage is weak spot, so you're doing maximum kind of potential damage to them. Grey is kind of like that they've got some resistance, so you'll still do damage but not max. So you'll probably most often just see grey types of damage. Anyway, we can now create our hammer. And while we're at it, let's create the club as well. Our raven friend, Hugin, is back. He's in a tree this time, look at that. Hello, mate. With this tool, the hammer that is, you will raise mighty halls and towering fortifications. Start by building a workbench. This, in turn, will enable you to construct other things. Okay, that's cool. I'm going to take the tree away that you're stood on. Ah, he despawns. Okay. So, let's have a look. Our hammer is number 3. And, yeah, we got buildings, furniture, crafting. So, Looks like we can't actually do very much. We can build a crafting station is what we want, workbench. That's what he's asked us to do, but we can do stone pile, wood pile. I guess, are these so that we can get wood and stone? Just a way of storing them, I think, yeah. Campfire, and cooking station. Okay, that seems to be it for now. In any case, we need a lot more wood to start doing that, and also want to kind of have a little scout around for maybe an ideal base location. We're near the stones where we started, where you can read each stone, and it tells you a little bit more about kind of what you're going to be fighting around there. But this map is absolutely ginormous. Flat earthers will love it because, you know, it's it's just flat. Oh, I've just pinged somewhere. Look at that. I didn't even know I could do that. But yeah, I think you can just sort of write on the map and stuff when you need to. There's my ping. It's over there. It's ping there. There you go. Let's see if we can go over there, shall we? That looks like fun. I want to build somewhere near the water. I generally think if you're building a settlement, you want to be near water generally most of the time. Oh, and there's sneak. There's sneak in this game as well. So this deer has got 2 stars. He is a tough little beast, but we can sneak up to him and he won't run away. And if we're quick... Ah, damn it. We were not quick enough. He'll now run away. We won't be able to catch him. Not with the current amount of stamina and stuff I've got. Obviously, we can upgrade our weapons later on to like spears and bows and stuff, and that will make it easier. But yeah, sneak. And I do think that you can see wind trails and stuff, and I think if you're downwind from something, then you can't sneak as well, which is quite a nice little detail. Anyway, I've got a spot of gathering to do, which involves chopping of things. Let's see if we can head over to where I placed the ping, and then see if we can build something. We're heading into nighttime now, so it's going to get a little difficult to see, but holy, wow, look at that! That's a big tree. That must be the world tree that we were talking about. That's huge. I've only just noticed that. This is where I'm thinking I'm going to set up camp. There's like kind of a little bit of swampy ground here. There's some water here. There's a little island out there as well, which might be quite cool to build on later. So, not going to do too much right now because we're losing light and I know how difficult it gets to see. One of the other tools that we can create as soon as we do get a workbench is the hoe. And that allows us to sort of raise and lower the ground and stuff. So this is quite a sort of hilly bit of land as it is, but I think we would be able to build and flatten out this area quite nicely. Now, I do need to start off with a campfire because otherwise you get kind of cold. So, hang on, what am I building? Oh yeah, I need to select my hammer. It's like, I can't see anything to build, so we're going to build ourselves a little campfire there. There we go. That's going to keep us nice and warm. Next we're going to build is a food station. Like that. Because if I press the number again, in my inventory I actually have some raw meat, which I got from a boar that attacked me. So I got some meat off of him, some leather scraps as well, and there are these lizard things that you can kill as well, and they give you neck tails. So we can cook that quite easily just by pointing at the thing and pressing E. And then once they're cooked, they'll make a little sizzle noise, just the same as they did when they went on the fire. I'm just looking around because the music has gone all weird and stuff. So yeah. And then, yeah, once they're finished cooking, we can pop them off and eat those as well. You can see I've, down in the bottom left here, oh, there we go. Pop, pop. Take those two. We can cook a couple of others. Down the bottom left, I've had a mushroom, and we found raspberry as well. So that's my current food. Now I've got some meat. I can actually eat that as well. That's going to fill my food thingy up, which is going to heal me, and is going to increase my stamina as well. So it's always good to have different types of food that you can eat. And obviously with meat, you need to cook it. And there we go. So we got cooked nectars now and cooked meat. And I don't know, I haven't got as far as this, but I'm hoping later that we can combine ingredients to make some meals, kind of medieval dynasty style kind of thing. But we'll have to wait and see. Right, for now, I'm going to sort of wait out the night while doing a little bit of chopping. We've only got 6 wood, and we're going to need a hell of a lot more. Fortunately, there's plenty of trees around. One thing you can do is combine some items. You've got 2 hands, so why not? You'd be able to use 2 things. If you press 1 while you've got an axe out, or any other tool for that matter, you bring out the torch along with the weapon or whatever you're using. The combat at the moment is very basic, but later on you'll get tougher and tougher foes. These greylings are literally just like, hey, welcome to the game, here's an enemy you need to sort of attack. So you can block, you can also dodge while blocking. Direction and space will allow you to roll, so I suspect that's going to come in useful a lot later on in the game when we actually get some harder enemies. We're into the second day now, so we should be getting some sunlight soon. So now let's see if we craft our workbench. Now, somewhat irritatingly, the way that the game does this, you can craft the workbench and put it there, and then it gives you all the sort of recipes for building structures and stuff. So, and then it tells you can't use the craft bench unless it's inside a shelter. It's a right little dick. Yes, I'm trying to speak to the bird, but I can't seem to speak to the bird. So you can bye bird. You can destroy stuff just by middle mouse clicking on whatever it is you're trying to destroy. And I don't think we can build it. We need the workbench to build the hoe, and we need the workbench to repair stuff because my stone axe is run out of integrity. But we do have. Oh no, we do need the workbench for that. Sorry. So you need the workbench to build stuff in order to build the shelter that it goes into. All right. Where do we build our house? Do we build our house over this little swampy bit? I think. I'll just put it back where it was. Okay, there we go. We have a workbench. Can I talk to you? Or you? Can I? Here we go. You can't have the hammer in. If you want to talk to him, you can't have that. The workbench allows you to craft complex items, as well as giving you access to more building pieces to construct with the hammer. Wonderful. Okay. Lovely. Thanks. Thanks, birdie bird. Yes. So if we use the workbench, again, without the hammer equipped, crafting station needs a roof, you see. So you can quite easily just build some walls and a roof and stuff, but... yeah, I need to... well, we could build a little shed, can't we? Let's do that. We'll build ourselves a wee shed for the crafting station to go into. But in terms of our actual house, then I'll build it over there, a little bit over there, I think. So what I find with the sort of building stuff is it does actually snap together, albeit somewhat clumsily. And it's difficult to see while the grass is there. So we build a couple of foundation pieces. Everything rotates with mouse wheel, and then if you point at certain things, it will snap to it. So I don't think the wall will that clip through the workbench there? I think it will, but it will let us place it anyway. Are we out of wood? Invalid placement. Okay, so get rid of that then. Pick up that bit of wood. It does snap too. And then maybe we'll just move the workbench into it a little bit better later. So, okay. So we have a little thing. Now it says it needs a roof, doesn't it? So you can have a thatched corner. One there. And one there. And then, look at this. It's very simple. It's very intuitive, kind of like little controls. And there we go, we've got ourselves a little shed. It's quite cool, isn't it? And now we could use our workbench. Yay! So we can repair stuff. Yay! So let's make a hoe is what we need. That gives us the ability to flatten a sharpened flint and reliable tool. Let's get a knife while we're at it as well. I've never had one of these, so I have no idea what it's capable of doing, but we will find out. You feel rested. Comfort 3. Sweet. So, here's our Raven again. Hello, Hugin. This tool the hoe, that is used for landscaping. You could say it's the perfect complement to the hammer. Use it to clear the ground, manipulate the terrain. It is easier to create buildings on level ground. Exactly what I was going for. So yeah, this thing's amazing. You think, oh, it's a farming tool. Well, you got raised ground. There you go. Brilliant. And level ground, and it levels it, I think, to where you stood at the moment. So look at that. It's amazing. Now obviously it eats through your stamina like crazy, but you could level an entire mountain in minutes with this thing. It is incredible. A little bit OP, but you know, very, very useful when you want to build something like a fort or whatever. You do have to wait a little bit of time between using it just for your stamina to regen. I haven't tried actually leveling, say, you know, an entire hill. I think you probably could. But yeah, it'll do it to where you stood. It's excellent, isn't it? And that seems to be... It takes longer to level higher the ground is. So yeah, there we go. The leveling tool. Fantastic, or what? Right, so with that, we've now have a very nice little flat area where we could build ourselves an actual house type thing. So again, we'll start off with some foundations, and they kind of snap together if you just look at where you want to place it. And we're out of wood. And that's one thing that will keep happening for a while. But wood is reasonably easy to get. It's a little bit labor intensive. I'll just show you with a couple of trees, because well, these branches things that we were chopping earlier, we know obviously they break down straight into wood. But a tree, say like this beech tree here, you've got to chop it down into logs, and then you've got to chop the logs down into wood. So there's a two-step sort of process with the trees. But you do get so much more for your effort out of the trees. Oh, and if that happens, like one tree knocks down another one, it's brilliant. You can end up leveling a forest like really quickly just because they keep collapsing into each other. So there you go. The log breaks up into two, and then you keep it in it, and basically it will then break up into wood. All the time you're getting more and more skill in axes. So, oh, it takes a while. There we go. Finally. So we do that to all the logs and stuff that we drop, and there we go. But we're hungry again. Let's have another raspberry to keep those three working. When a food item is about to run out of, you know, it starts flashing and stuff. But it does. The game is good. It does tell you when you can eat another bite and stuff like that. So it's quite good. Anyway, let's get some wood and carry on building. Alright, so we got ourselves a nice little foundation now. You can see the sort of white dotted line around the outside of the camp. That's the range of my workbench, essentially. So everything's kind of like, you know, really time compressed, I suppose. You can build stuff really, really quickly. There is, at the moment, a limited sort of selection of stuff that you can actually do. For instance, you know, can't actually build any windows, for example. So my entire house here, once I've sort of got enough wood, that is going to be quite dark inside because there's no window blocks. And I think we'll get more later on, maybe as we discover more stuff. But we can make a bed, torch, we can make signs, and also we've also got this chopping block that we need to build at some point as well, which requires flint and wood. But yeah, in order to keep building, we need to keep going out and getting more wood, and then eventually we'll be able to build a mighty home for ourselves. Here we go. After a long night of chopping wood, we now have a home. It's a little weird looking, I'll grant you. Some of the wood seems to overlap. I could probably redo that bit there to make it look a little bit nicer. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, our house is done. What is going on with that one? It seems to not snap together all that reliably, actually, it would appear. There is some jankiness with the snapping. Like, what's going on up there? The woods I can collect? It is. Look at that. Okay, so the rest of it is fine. There's just a little bit of out of alignment going on in there, but that's all good. So yeah, no windows, which is weird, and I don't think they're necessary, but I put in little support pillars there But yeah, we have an upstairs, a bed, and some nice storage chests that we can store our stuff in. Inevitably, we're going to run out of things. So I'm just going to pop a bunch of things in there that I don't really need to be carrying around on me. I've got no purpose for them at the moment. But the rest of it I kind of use here and there and everywhere. So, you know, I'm going to keep that on me for now. We are very hungry now. So let's have a little bit of food. Okay. So once you do have a home, great. You've got somewhere to place a bed. A bed is very important because that's your spawn point. Let's go and activate that, actually, because once you place it, you've got to claim it. So spawn point set. When there's night, I can now sleep the night away. I don't think that works in multiplayer. I've even got a loft. Look, I've got a loft. This is an amazing little house. But yeah, it's very dark in there. I'm hoping that we get more furniture later. At the moment, there's not really much we can decorate our house with. But the building is very intuitive, very easy to do, snapping and stuff like that. And we can actually build ourselves a little, like, log thingy fence around here. And I believe because of the rotation, we can actually make it perfectly circular as well as we go. That's going to require even more wood, so yeah, we might leave that until we got nothing else to do. But yeah, you can do these log fences. You can do little fences as well, the little sort of more, I suppose, agricultural fence types. Well, I don't know what we would use these for. These like ceiling beams, aren't they? So we could I suppose use them upstairs, but we don't need to. I don't know if there's structural integrity. I assume there is. Everything can be damaged as well. If you're on the hammer and you just hover over, they've got a health bar. So keep an eye on that as well. But yeah, there we go. We have a house. Now what? Well, let's have a quick check of the workbench, see what we've got here. So we can actually make a rag tunic and rag pants. Now we've already got the tunic. So in order to make rag pants, we need more leather scraps. We can make a bow. We can already make wood arrows, so that would require leather scraps. A wood shield requires leather scraps. Tower shield requires leather scraps. And a flint spear requires flint. So it appears we need a lot of leather scraps. And we have all of 2 at the moment, so yeah. Now that we have built a home for ourselves, what we have to do is leave it. And we need to go wandering around, essentially, because we need to find leather scraps. Now, the only place that I know where to get leather scraps from at the moment is from wild boars, and every now and again you can get one from a deer, but it's a much lower kind of rate that you get them from deer. Wild boars will drop leather scraps almost every time. Where the hell are the wild boars? Yeah, I haven't figured that one out yet. They're around. They're around. You just have to go out and find them, I guess. And I think the game is very much kind of exploration kind of focused, really. The more you sort of go out or wandering, the more stuff you'll find, and the more stuff you'll unlock as a result. Flint can be found, as you can see, on the shores of water, generally. Go away. Get off me. Deers like that, if I was actually had a weapon equipped, I could have probably taken that deer down then. That would have been good. They do go swimming, as you can see, but I don't think they go very far out in the water, so yeah. I'm just looking for flint at the moment. We can go hunting later. But flint, hopefully I've got enough now that I can make myself a spear. Indeed we can. So with our 2 leather scraps, we're going to make ourselves a spear. This is going to open up a few more options for us. So let's have... Yeah, spears number 7, that's fine. I don't know why we would do anything else. I'm going to put my spare axe in some storage here. Like there. And I don't need the resin. Those can stack. But yeah, we're gonna run out of food fairly quickly, so we do actually need to go hunting, and we need to do forest foraging and whatnot. So here we go. We've got a little bed icon on the map now for where we are. There's our stone circle. We don't really want to go too far away from that because at one point we need to go and defeat whatever it is over there. So yeah, but there we go. House. Some cookie things. A workbench. Ooh. And now we can go on our wanders. We've got a spawn point, a base to operate from. It's now just a case of exploring this ridiculously huge world. And unlocking more and more tech. That's more what I'm interested in, is kind of like how far does this building-y stuff go. We've obviously... Oh, we can build a raft. If we had more leather scraps, we could build rafts. Fantastic. Wood pile. Yeah, let's go for a wood pile. Let's stick next to the workbench. Makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, we can have two. Look at that. Fantastic. When you have one right next to the other one. Oh, really? Okay. Missing requirements. Okay, fine. One wood pile. What do we do with this wood pile? Do we hit it with an axe? I guess so. Can we get all our wood back? I think some of our wood back. It's decorative then, I think, isn't it? Well, there we go. We've got lots of exploring to do and lots of finding out of stuff to do. We could build a raft, though. That's pretty cool. If we had the leather scraps. That's what I'm going to be struggling for now, I think. Still, with our spear, you can actually throw this. It's a middle mouse, and it will throw it. Aiming it is an absolute... is a talent to be able to aim it, to be honest. You can melee with it as well. But yeah. It's a pretty cool game. Once you get over the kind of going back in time graphics-wise, I think the art style is intentional that way because, you know, it keeps performance high. It allows them to expand the world very easily, add content very easily. And just in the first hour or so of the game, you know, we've managed to build ourselves a house. So I think the progression of this game is going to be quite quick. So I suspect that the technology tree and learning curve is going to be quite severe as we go into it. But I'm invested. I want to find out more. I want to continue playing, is generally how I feel about Valheim. Like I said at the beginning, the sort of graphics quality and stuff doesn't really bother me. I know it will bother some. But for me, I am actually enjoying this quite a lot, and I'm intrigued to continue to play and find out more and explore more of this insanely big world. And see what it is. I think multiplayer could be fun on this as well, just because of the sheer scale of the game here. Doing a bit of co-op and having a little bit of sort of maybe jeopardy with a bit of PvP could be interesting, could be fun, but we'll have to wait and see. It's a very young game, even though it looks like it's from 2003. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. That is going to be all for today. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. Be interested to see if you've played it as well. Whether you're interested in getting it, not interested, whatever. I want to hear from you. Let me know. And as always, hopefully, I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.